I don't care what anyone says. I think you're gonna do great. Welcome to Hey EW. I am RJ City, and my guest is Red Velvet Hey.
Hello. How are you?
I can't get into it right now, but I'm trying my best.
Okay.
You were born in Miami.
Yes.
But you said you were poor. Didn't you say you were poor? I heard you were poor. How poor are we talking?
How poor are we talking?
Yeah.
Poor, like
Dirt poor? Flat broke?
flat. Not flat broke. I mean, kind of. Growing up, we didn't have much. You know? My dad's bad spending. You know, we got the short end of the stick.
I have to say though, out of all the places to be poor, Miami's not so bad.
Miami's not so bad.
Yeah, consistent weather, people in rollerblades and thongs, and good estate sales because everybody goes there to die.
Seriously.
I would rather be poor in Miami than rich in Duluth, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Recant your statement, saying being poor in Miami wasn't so bad.
Being poor in Miami was not so bad.
Excellent.
And there was always great food, so.
See? Not so bad at all. You got no money, that's the place to move. Your parents are from Colombia.
Yes.
All I know about Colombia is that there are 2 stimulating, addictive substances that come from there that have affected my life in wildly different ways. Sum up Colombia for the people.
Colombia, for me, for the people, apart from what he said, is great coffee, some amazing arepas, good weather, a little bit of heat and a little bit of cold, depends what side of Colombia you go. And if we're talking for the men, you know, they have great things to say about the Colombian women up there, you know. Doesn't pertain to me,
Right.
but...
And they make all those jackets, too. According to my ethnicity research team, you are Afro-Latina.
Yes.
Do you get both months?
Both months?
Yeah.
What do you mean, both months? A little bit of...
Are you on both graphics?
Oh, actually, yes. Yes, I am. I
Really?
get both. Yeah,
Wow.
Hispanic Heritage and Black History Month.
So do you have a favorite month? Keep in mind this will probably air in February.
I'm gonna go with a little bit of both.
Okay.
Let's go
Really
with
nice.
a little seasoning here, a little seasoning there. You know what I mean?
You know, I get the other 10 months and I'm not so crazy about any of them. Do you sometimes perhaps play up one over the other when it's to your advantage?
Yes.
Code switching? You do some code switching? Give me an example of your code
Little
switching.
example is, you know, when you're around people that think you don't speak Spanish and they start talking bad about you in Spanish and then you return the insult in Spanish. That's the best part. And if we're going on the Black History Month, I mean, from an outside perspective, I look just full African American. So
Right.
I guess that gives me a little bit of leeway on that end. But I'm pretty much almost 100% Hispanic.
Okay.
Just how I grew up.
Yeah.
Traits, traditions, very Hispanic.
It's good to keep both graphics on you, though, as evidence.
Yes, yes.
You know?
The more the merrier, right?
Discounts that way. Your father was champion boxer Prudencio Cardona, and your uncle was also champion boxer Ricardo Cardona.
Yes.
And your brother Matt collects action figures and works on the indies. You dabbled in boxing, but you were so small that your weight class allowed you to only box 9-year-old boys.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much.
Why didn't you just up a 9-year-old boy?
You know, at the time, I was 12, so I was 12 weighing the same as a 9-year-old boy, but Mom wasn't about it, and Mom called the shots. So.
Really?
Yeah, she was more protective of it being boxing and me being so young and the hits to the head. My dad suffered from Parkinson and Alzheimer's, so she was like,
But like 9-year-old boys are like the most punchable demo.
I know. She didn't give me...
You could have been the George Foreman of 9-year-old boy. That's really...
I wonder how that would have ended up for me, right?
That's a shame. Well, it always ends
Sorry,
well.
Mom.
You got the name Red Velvet after ending a long-term relationship, then dyeing your hair red. You ever go back and thank that guy for such a toxic relationship?
Absolutely. That's my ex was his biggest regret. Yeah.
It must have been bad if you dyed your hair afterwards, right?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of a I don't care stage. Like I was always pretty goody two shoes, and that relationship, you know, changed me and rocked me. So I was like, let's just go red.
But imagine if that was a loving, nurturing, supportive relationship, how unsuccessful you would be now.
I know. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So thanks for screwing that one up.
It all worked out.
It all worked out.
You were partially trained by Bryan Danielson. Then why are you so up to date on pop culture?
I'm probably not up to date on pop culture, honestly. Yeah, I've been training with Brian recently since joining AEW. Huge blessing, love it. He's great.
Does he get mad when he sees you on your phone?
I'm not on my phone when I train with him because I don't want him to get mad.
He does with me. He gets mad. I heard he sexts via carrier pigeon. You're very active on TikTok.
When I can.
Yeah. You got nothing to hide from the Chinese government?
No.
Really?
I don't.
You're not. You're fine with everything that's on your phone. You're not worried about it at all.
No. Whatever
search
comes
history?
out, if it comes out, if it's on my phone, I know it can come out. So, I mean, no one's gonna. How do I call it? I sit and have tea with my demons now. No one's gonna take my skeletons out of my closet. You know, we just all hang out. So.
If they got my search history, I'd have to explain who Bronson Pinchot was. It's a whole thing. Show me your last TikTok. Let's get up.
All right,
Show me the last thing you did. Show me the last one. Let's do a TikTok. Come on. Show me the last one.
All right. Let's go with bongos. Bongos was the last one.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we doing it?
Go, show me,
Ready?
show me
We're
what it
going. We go 1.
Oh no.
No.
No, I thought. Oh, I thought we were gonna do like. There's mercury in your bread, and like, how did these fires start? Why is the car on fire and the pavement not? And here's how to buy back crypto. I thought that. I guess we have different algorithms.
Yeah. Different.
Never mind. Never mind.
Sorry.
I don't feel like mentioning the other people in the match, so I'm just gonna say that you lost one-on-one to Shaq.
I did. But did I really lose? He went through a table and we haven't seen him since. So did I really lose?
In many ways, he's like a giant 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And how dare he waltz in here,
I know.
have one match, and then go back and do NBA on TNT?
How dare he?
Why don't you on Shaq? Look in the camera on Shaq. Look.
I'm not gonna shoot on him. Actually, Shaq, you know what? Next time you wanna come around AEW, you know who your tag partner should be this time.
Somebody remembers that we all work for Warner Discovery. Well done. You're a former baddie. Did you get better or did you get worse?
I got worse.
But that's great. You got the good bad or the bad bad? Because you started bad. It's about being bad.
Yeah.
So you got better.
Better, worse.
Good. It's good to be bad.
It's great to be bad.
But you didn't get bad. You got great.
I got great, yeah.
And that's bad.
For the world, because they're not prepared for what's coming.
Congratulations. Shoot on some other velvets for me. The song Black Velvet by Alana Miles.
I don't know the song, so I guess that's a shoot, right?
Snubbing Alana Miles. The 1986 David Lynch film Blue Velvet.
No.
Shooting on David Lynch. Former women's champion and my virginity taker, Velvet McIntyre. Please be kind. Please be kind to her.
You took some from RJ, so congrats.
You did, and I'm so happy you have it. And cherish it. Barefoot. I'm not going to get into it now, but finally, South Korean women's pop group Red Velvet.
Yes. I don't have anything to shoot on them, but I do get confused a lot of the time, you know, when I'm trending or they're trending. So that's kind of...
Do you think people come to AEW shows and they go, Red Velvet, and then you come out and they go, oh.
No.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
They go, ooh, tasty.
Congrats. In the past, you've said, don't date in the wrestling business. Why? What could possibly go wrong?
Everything. Like I said, I asked my exes.
Yeah, and then you gotta dye your hair again. That's the whole thing.
You know? And I went red again, but now I went red because now I'm actually happy with who I'm with, so.
Sure. Let me give you a little tip. You should date the most average wrestler possible. Because if they're bad, it's embarrassing. But if they're too good, you get jealous. You gotta go for just straight middle of the road.
That's a tough one, because, you know, I'm not average, so, you know, why date average, right?
I have no problem telling you that I would never date you, and I'm not gonna disclose why.
The feeling is mutual, so I won't disclose either.
I look forward to not dating you.
Same.
Yeah.
Would never work out between us.
I wouldn't even like an Instagram picture.
Fine, don't.
I'm not even gonna look at your story. I'm gonna put you on mute.
Okay, you're gonna hide my story?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide your story. Yeah, your engagement's gonna go down.
Okay.
Yeah, go do another TikTok. May I make a small suggestion?
Sure.
You need to revamp this whole cake analogy.
Okay.
Okay?
How so?
Well, first of all, you come out, it says you're hailing from straight out of your mama's kitchen. What's up? Did my mom bake you? Are you created by my mom, or are you my sister? It's the kitchen, her vagina, is my question?
Whoa, I mean, you know, people do have bun in the ovens. I never really saw it
Right?
like that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna assume that your mom was a good cook, right?
Uh-huh.
Majority of moms are good cooks.
Yeah.
But this, I come straight out of your mom's kitchen, but that goes for the sauce daddies and the pappies and the grandpas and everyone who's in the kitchen and who's a great cook.
Yeah,
So,
but then you come out wearing an apron. So are you
Yeah.
baking with my mom in her kitchen vagina?
yes. Not in her kitchen vagina,
Okay.
but I am baking with your mom and their mom and his mom.
And you're baking yourself.
too. Yeah.
It's sort of an existential thing.
Yeah.
You're creating yourself, right? And then you stir it.
Mm-hmm.
You stir it up. You do this thing. And that's great. I like it. But you have to admit, it's a very truncated version of the cake making process.
What do you mean by that?
I say you get on your feet. Let's do a full cake making entrance. Here
All
she
right.
is from affluent Miami, straight out of my mother's thing. Red velvet. And you come out, right? Okay, here we go. Preheat the oven.
Okay. Give me a
Preheat
little
the
more,
oven.
a
You
little
never
more calm energy. You know, you can't bake with anxiety, all right?
Preheat the oven.
Okay. Preheat the oven.
Grease the pan. Grease the parchment paper.
Okay.
In the dry bowl, whisk the flour, baking soda, cocoa powder, and salt. In the wet bowl, mix the butter and sugar. Add the sugar, egg yolk, and vanilla extract. Now whisk, whisk, whisk. Now add the dry bowl to the wet bowl while continuing to mix. Add the food coloring. Put in the oven for 30 to 32 minutes. Whew, but we're not done. We still have to make the icing. Whisk the cream cheese, butter, sugar, vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. The cake is done. Put on your mitts. Pull out the cake. Now layer the icing gently yet methodically and refrigerate for 30 minutes before serving. Now that is an entrance. That's something you should really do all the time. And now here, I prepared some cake-themed catchphrases for you.
Gotcha,
Let's try
okay.
these ones out.
Okay. Whew. And I have an accent, I guess, so I might.
Great.
He'll help with this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick you in the bunt.
That's correct.
Fun.
Really nice. Good start.
I'm gonna tiramisu you for everything you've got. I'm
Take it. Knock yourself
taking
out.
it. I will. You're gonna die of diabetes. Why didn't I think of these? I'm kind of jealous now, but he gave them to me, so I'm
That's
gonna
what happens
use them.
when you don't
But
take me.
All the,
Go ahead. Continue.
well, we never will. I'm gonna give you a yeast infection. That one,
Relatable.
Right.
Relatable. Wash your hands, kids. Continue.
stir it up your derriere.
Let me handle that one. Stir it up your ass. See,
Like,
because you
stir it up your ass.
Yeah, the 90s are back. I think it's gonna work. And finally,
And finally, someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it because it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again.
that was beautiful. That was emotional.
Cherry on top of the cake, right?
Not so hot. Well, this has been a ganache. And to anyone who doesn't like red velvet, I say, let them eat cake. And I don't mean you. I mean cake in the general, in the peasant sense, like they're poor. Not that
Like
you're
me.
poor. No, you're not poor anymore. I'm sure you're doing
Okay,
well.
okay.
Sure your mother's doing well, right? Sorry about the punching the kids. No, you're not poor. Anyone who's not poor, eat the cake that's not her, if you don't like her at all. That worked.